Esa está más pequeñona, pero mira nomás. Otra barracuda. ¡Ahí están las barracudas! Esto es a lo que se le llama verdaderamente un barrote, ¿no? Mira.
La carnalita.
¡Ve nomás qué chulada, carnalito! Llegaron las barracudas, ¿eh?
Hey, good morning, my dear friends, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California. We're in between downpours. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this off. It's raining a little bit here, and it's been raining pretty steady since about 4 o'clock this morning here in Surfside. Once again, we're sandwiched between Seal Beach and Huntington Beach, and it is getting a little bit breezy. You can see what we've got rolling in here in SoCal here this morning. We've got a lot to cover with you. I may have to run through this pretty fast, but I'm telling you, there's a lot of great stuff, including, did you see that early season barracuda fishing? We've been reporting on it for a while, but now you get to see it, and you get to hear the excitement, whether you speak Spanish or not. You can feel how excited those guys are down there in Ensenada, Baja California. We're going to talk about that, the long-range situation. Bart Hall Show is Thursday, everybody. We had a great showing at La Fogata yesterday. Man, that sure was a lot of fun. And, of course, we've got another event planned March the 9th at 22nd Street Landing with free harbor cruises for you and the family. March the 9th on the El Patron. And we're going to build a nice little event around that. Put that on your calendar right now. All right, folks, you know what time it is. It's time for me to get soaked, isn't it? It's time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Oh, is that good? And thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to join us. Maybe we will actually pull this off. It's a little bit breezy down here. And again, rain heavy down toward Newport. And it looks like some pretty heavy showers over toward Long Beach. But we've got a little window here. So I want to get the very latest to you. And there's a lot to talk about. First of all, La Fogata yesterday. What great food. And we got to thank Shant Sarkisian for being such a great host and such a great person from La Fogata. And I want to thank everybody who came out. It was so nice to spend time with you. I really deeply appreciate you being there. That was a lot of fun. And we'll have to do it again really, really soon. Again, March the 9th, 22nd Street. Just want you to put that on the calendar, and I'll let you know what's going to happen there as we continue to head toward that date. All right, let's go down to Mexico and talk a little bit about the area near Cabo San Lucas, San Jose del Cabo, where my good friend Sean Morgan is seeing whales and catching marlin and catching dorado. He says it's a few miles outside of San Jose del Cabo. So, I mean, you're on the fish like that, and he said it's really, really good. Really excellent fishing right now. On any given day, you can catch any one or all of these species. Striped marlin, dorado, wahoo, yellowfin tuna, and even other species. So Sean said it's really good down there right now. Down there around the San Quintin area, 140 miles down below the border. Continued good yellowtail action at times on the yo-yo iron. There's been a few nice big fat halibut and plenty of rockfish. And Ensenada, what can I tell you? Not only do you have the rockfish, not only do you have those big bonita, but you saw on the lead-in, that barracuda bite is for real. And get ready, SoCal. Everything seems to be accelerated right now. We're looking at some really good halibut fishing in many different areas. But up there in the Channel Islands on the Aloha Square where they had 34, and Pat O'Brien says fish are spawning. The halibut are spawning early. Something's going on. And it could be that it's this El Nino that has things accelerated a little bit. Barracuda down there in Ensenada, halibut up in that neck of the woods. Man, I'm telling you, we're looking down the barrel of an exciting 2024. And that all bodes well for our April 5-day trip. If things are accelerated, whoa, that April trip could be a good one. 5 days, Independence, Point Loma sport fishing. There you see it. There it is. Make sure you give them a call. Go to the website, check it out, or go to the Bart Hall Show. It starts Thursday through Sunday, and find the Independence booth and talk to Mike Paisano and Paul Strasser and get the details. I'll be hanging out there from time to time also, so keep that in mind. Some good stuff going on south of the border. I love that barracuda. That's exciting. On the long range scene, The Royal Polaris is doing seminars and doing rigging. They're headed south right now. XL has been down there picking off some good yellowfin tuna, along with some wahoo. Red Rooster 3 has also been catching some who. There's some excellent fishing on these 16-day trips out of San Diego. Man, I'll tell you, those trips are phenomenal, and they're not letting us down right now. A lot of that yellowfin tuna is like that 40 to 90 pound class. Let's call it that. We've had fish up over 200 pounds. The Independents had some fish in that size, but overall, it seems to be that medium grade fish. Beautiful fish, don't get me wrong, but a lot of guys are looking for that, 200 plus pound category fish, and that will manifest, I think, later on in the season. We'll continue to watch that for you very, very closely. All right, here in SoCal, we've got some inclement weather, as you can see. We're going to get a little bit of wind, but we're going to go back to some really nice weather here shortly, and when we do, we'll get back to some wintertime bass fishing. There's that halibut that we referenced, and there's also some opportunities for whitefish and sculpin and that kind of thing. Down there in San Diego, you start there and work your way all the way up to the Channel Islands. That wintertime bass bite has been pretty darn good. And your fishing structure, fluorocarbon, usually with a lead head. Sometimes you can use a sliding egg sinker as the wind is really starting to come up here right now. But you can use that sliding egg sinker like from an ounce to 2 ounces, sometimes a little bit less. You have to judge everything on the depth and the current, all of those factors. And that's where you make a friend with a crew member and just ask his or her advice. They're there all the time. They know exactly what they're talking about. You're fishing fresh dead squid. You want to fish with a pound test that is the heaviest you can get away with, because you are fishing structure and those bass will run you right back in there. You can get a bite on the 40 pound, go to it. If you have to drop down to 20 pound, do what you have to do to get a bite. It makes all the difference in the world. So keep that in mind. And there's good wintertime bass fishing up and down the coast. The new Del Mar's had some great twilight fishing, daytime fishing, Spitfire, Redondo, San Diego, Dana Wharf. Up there in the Channel Islands, we're seeing quite a bit of that also. Rockfish season is closed here in Southern California. It looks like I might even make this. I don't know, looking ominous out this way. But rockfish season is closed here. It's open in Mexican waters. So if you're driving down to Ensenada, you don't want to wait for that barracuda here in SoCal. You can drive down to Ensenada and you can catch all the rockfish you want. And hey, how about this? Here's a recommendation for you down there in Ensenada. And look up my friend who has a boat called The Horse. El Caballo, The Horse. You might want to check that out. There's a bunch of other great boats there. And you can say hi to Bernice, my friend down there. Here in SoCal, you can still keep whitefish, and that's a good thing because a lot of the boats are focused in on that, doing pretty well. The Long Beach-based boats have been on that. Up there on the Aloha Spirit, I mentioned that they had that huge halibut day. Yesterday, they only had one halibut. They tried some different areas, out scouting around, looking around, trying to find new areas. There's squid up there, and a lot of it. And they had a couple of white sea bass on the Aloha Spirit the other day, so that's in the picture also. They didn't have all that much halibut with only one yesterday, but they had 100 whitefish, so people still going home with some great eating fish. And I don't know how you can beat that. That's good stuff indeed. So that is the situation. We need this weather to calm down, but it should do that here fairly rapidly. Lobster hoop netting has been really, really good. And after this weather, that's when lobster like to crawl. You get a storm, and then right after we go back to the nice weather, those lobster, for some reason, are crawling all over the place looking for something to eat. And I'll tell you right now, that is something that you got to keep in mind. You get all kinds of great lobster tutorials by going to promarahi.com. Visit them and watch their lobster tutorials. If you don't have your own boat, you're not out of the game. A lot of landings fish langosta. I mentioned Marina del Rey, LA Harbor. They do it down in San Diego, Dana Wharf. There's lots of great hoop netting opportunities for you. And Promar Ahi are the best nets and lobster gear that you could ever imagine in your wildest dreams. So keep that in mind. Barracuda are going to be arriving here. Going to really show up here one of these days and surprise you all. And it's funny. A lot of people have it in their heads. Okay, Barracuda now are in Ensenada. Pretty soon San Diego, LA Orange County, Channel Islands. Sometimes it doesn't work that way. I don't know why, but sometimes Ensenada's bit, and then all of a sudden you got a bite in the Channel Islands. that's full speed before we even see it here in our LA Orange County area. So we'll just have to see how this mystery, this enigma plays out. It should be really, really interesting stuff. How about James Lund with a 24-pound flatty? James, good job at SCI San Clemente Island, which you could no way in heck see. Can't even see Cat, can you? Yeah, Catalina's shrouded in all that weather out there. But James, nice job there, my friend. Love it. And we have James Collin fishing in Newport Beach with a nice spotted bay bass. James, nice job for you, my friend. If you're into sand dabs, the Ann out of Long Beach Sport Fishing is doing a number on the dabs. And man, go into a restaurant and order a couple of those things, and you get a $50 bill sometimes. They are really expensive, and there's no limit on them. You can really load up on those things. RIN doing their thing right there. Irma Elena Jaimes, the Spanish pronunciation, Irma. She had 4 barred perch and was stoked to do it. Irma, I haven't seen you or Michael for a long time, but as always, I send you my very best, and it's so great to see you out there catching some barred perch. You know, surf fishing, you know, this ocean is not that bad. I think you could pull a couple of fish out of it. However, it's always a good idea to wait for it to calm down because you might get a rogue wave, especially there's a jetty over here, especially if you're fishing a jetty or something. You do not want to do that when you have this kind of wind and weather coming in. But I'll tell you, there's been some good barred perch fishing from below the border. I mean, we see it down in San Quintin. We see some great fishing around Ensenada, barred perch. We see it around Rosarito, up on Playas de Tijuana. There's been some good fishing. And then up here, we see it from San Diego, Chula Vista, all the way up to Ventura. And there's also been some nice halibut. Lucky Crafts, perhaps the best way to get it done on the halibut. But I've caught a zillion halibut in the surf, throwing a chrome crocodile or even a little Castmaster. They will bite that full speed. Sometimes you've got to pay attention as I see the pelicans going by. But if you see birds hitting the water, try to pay attention to what they're flying off with. Is it a larger bait or a smaller bait? And then match the hatch. I mean, if you see real tiny baits, or sometimes you'll see it even swimming around your feet, you'll see fry that they're feeding on, perhaps barred perch fry or something like that, then you're going to go down to one of those small Castmasters. Match the hatch. Throw at them what they are feeding on, and you'll get more bites by doing that. Man, it's looking nasty right now. It's going to start dumping on me at any second. So surf fishing's been really, really excellent this year. And don't forget, if you need some bait or you need some gear, where do you go? Yeah, of course you know. Big Fish Bait and Tackle, your surf fishing headquarters here in SoCal. They've got all the baits you could possibly want. In fact, you can load up on bait like I do when I go to Baja. Take it with me. I don't even have to look around for bait then. I've got it. I'm ready to rock and roll, and we can catch some barred perch in the surf there. But you're fishing here. I mean, they're located 5 minutes from me on a short drive down the street to the intersection of Seal Beach Boulevard and PCH. Get your bait and come up here. Or if you need gear, hooks, sinkers, rods, reels, fluorocarbon, you name it, they've got it. They've got it all at Big Fish Bait and Tackle, from trout to bluefin tuna. Big Fish Bait and Tackle. Make sure you check them out really, really soon. Ron Davis was up there at Lake Pyramid Lake in Southern California, and nice day for him. He said he had 4 trout and 13 stripers. Nice hit on the stripers, as you can see there. Ron Davis, congratulations on some good fishing. We know that Santa Ana River Lakes has had some lightning trout, a few, and some really big rainbows. And then some of these local city lakes, they're stocking on a more regular basis. Alondra Park over in Torrance, California, here at Miles Square Park in Orange County, and several other of those city lakes are stocking. And man, I'll tell you, that makes it so convenient to get a couple of hours fishing in. I don't know how you can beat that. If you don't mind, hit that like button. We deeply appreciate it when you do that. Share these videos with a friend. Tick the bell. You'll be notified when there's new content. Subscribe to the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel. And also you can catch us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. All right, the Bart Hall Show is Thursday, and there's so many great people who are going to be there. Sam De La Torre, Island Fishing Tackle, Independent Sport Fishing. Everybody who's somebody is going to be there at the Bart Hall Show starting on Thursday, and except for me. I'm not really somebody, but I'll be there wandering around. And if I get a chance to thank you for all your great support, 12,000 subscribers now, well over that, and so many views, millions on our social media and here on YouTube, and I can't thank you enough for that. And I can't thank all of you who continue to contribute to our Mexico efforts. Hope you check out that video we did so you can see some of the good work we're able to do on your behalf. It is indeed an honor for all of us. Diego Nuno from the Royal Star, I've got to thank him very, very much. Greg Bates, who came down to Mexico for the first time since 1987 and really enjoyed himself. He wants to get down there and have another one of those burgers at the San Nicolas Hotel and Casino in Ensenada, Baja California. All right, my friends, I think that's it. I'm pushing my luck here, aren't I? I keep going on and on and on while I should be just scurrying back to the house before the rain comes. But I'm glad we got this little break. I'm glad I got to spend some time with you. I'll see you Thursday at the Bart Hall Show, March the 9th. Check it on your calendar. It's going to be like 9 to 2 in the afternoon, 9 a.m. to 2. There's going to be some food there. There's going to be free harbor cruises on the El Patron for you. You can sign up for one of our charters for this year. I mean, it's going to be a fun event as always. And once again, Shant, thank you so much for a great day. Everybody who showed up at La Fogada, you have my sincere thanks. It was indeed an honor to spend some time with you and be able to thank you for all of your great support in person. The food was to die for. Really, really good stuff. Go by La Fogada in Sherman Oaks and enjoy yourself. Take care. See you Thursday. If not, I hope to see you really, really soon.